Alright, as we watch this thing in full speed, you're going to see that you are significantly beaten out of the blocks by the girl in the next lane beside you. Fortunately, you are more efficient over the hurdle than she is, and that allowed us to catch up. As you can see, coming in set position, you can see coming out of the blocks, first step, she is out ahead of you. Her foot's down, yours is not quite down there yet. And it carries through, we get to the first hurdle, and she's got a pretty significant lead on you here. Now, one thing that I see that we need to work on is look at the position of your foot going into takeoff. As you go into takeoff, you can see that that foot is definitely on the heel, and we want that foot on the on your toes or ball of your foot. So that means that you're reaching a little bit for that first hurdle to get a little too close to that first hurdle. All right. As we take the hurdle, you can see that she's got a significant lead on you at this point, and you're turning your knee in. And the reason that this knee is turned in is because you're too close, okay? Whereas what we'd like to see is that foot straight down from your knee. What in actuality is happening here is this foot is actually coming this way, out away from it, which means you're far too close to the hurdle, which means you reached quite a bit to get to that first hurdle. Alright, as we clear the barrier, I like the position of the lead leg here. We got a good bend, which is exactly what we want. Trail leg comes through. Foot is down underneath of your hip. In fact, it's slightly behind your hip, which is very good, which means that you're doing a good job of pushing that heel back into the hurdle behind you. But as the trail leg comes through, you can see that this foot is a little bit out in front of your knee, which means you're kind of reaching with that trail leg. Now, one thing that's going to allow you to pass this girl down the road is if you take a look at her foot, it's in a more exaggerated, yours is, here, and hers is even more significantly out in front here as opposed to yours. Her angle is deeper. So you did a good job with that. Alright, as we come through, good position, arm position. Here we are again. We are landing again. You can see we're on the heel and not pulling that foot all the way under us, going into takeoff. And you can see again, you're going to see the bottom of your, you can't really tell it from this angle, and you might have been just a little bit too close again. But you're making up ground on her. As you can see, you guys are closer to even by this second hurdle due to the fact that that you're more efficient clearing the barrier and on the back side of the barrier than what she is. Alright, so here we go. We may have another angle of this that we can show, but here we are again, and both of you can see are leaned in a little bit here, which means you're planting that foot in the middle of the hurdle and driving towards the middle of the hurdle, as opposed to driving towards the red dot there. If you drive towards the red dot, you're going to be a little straighter, and you're going to be able to come through much more cleanly. Okay, as you can see the bottom of you can see your foot turning out here. You can see the lead leg is turning out, which is an indication that you're too close to the hurdle. Now you've caught her by this point, but you can see you're too close to the hurdle, and again, that is because of your stride into the hurdle is on your heel, as you can see right here. Okay, so that's what we got to work on this week, is being a little further away from the hurdle and more active at takeoff As you can see it here too. You can see that you're landing on your heel instead of getting that foot underneath of you. Fortunately, you're a better hurdler than that girl. But you can see when you land here, we're driving towards the middle of the hurdle, and when you land, we're off balance this way because the foot's landing in the middle, and so we're kind of inclined that way. So that's the thing we're going to work on this week is takeoff, and then also reaction out of the blocks.